It's just the same 5 questions. What inspired you to go to college?
Well, similarly, there was an expectation that I would go to college within my family and within like the larger community that I was part of. But I was also really eager to go to college because I didn't really feel like I fit in like my high school where I grew up. Like I was very excited to be in a place where there were more people like me. So whereas Will felt like people were like him in his high school experience, I didn't feel that at all. And so I was looking for a community that felt like safe and nurturing for me that I didn't really have before.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
First year I went to Fairfield University in Connecticut, and then I transferred to Claremont McKenna, which is in California.
Same question.
I didn't. I was so close, but I didn't.
What college did you go to?
I got into Arcadia University, that's where I went.
Did you learn any life skills in college?
Yeah, I think so. I think most of it. Well, a lot of the classes that I took, I think, weren't very useful for me. And that was my fault because of the major I picked.
What was the major?
Economics, and I don't do that. So that's why. I mean, it would be if you applied it, but yeah, just I mean, in terms of like the friends that I made and stuff, and the new people I kind of encountered and took the time to get to know, I think that was really important. Just being able to be in the same place as people that I never knew my whole life, and then spending just almost every day with them is really important to me, just because they become really close friends.
Yeah, I think I got a lot out of it in terms of learning outside of the classroom. I mean, I learned a lot in the classroom because I actually do use some of this stuff. I did international studies, which is a lot of politics and history, and somehow that keeps coming up in my life. But outside of that, I did a lot of clubs and stuff. Every organization that I had a little bit of interest in. And so I ended up learning how to run events. I ended up learning how to organize people, how to effectively use peer pressure to do stuff.
Well, I took my academics very seriously. I was very committed to doing good work there. I spent a lot of time studying and doing all of my assignments and really trying to get as much as I could out of the resources that they had there. My dad kept on reminding me how expensive my education was and how important it was to get a return on investment, basically, to really take advantage of what you're learning. But I also made some really strong friendships with people that are still the most important people I figured out, I think, more who I am and what's important to me and my priorities that I've sort of held on to as I've left college. So I was very focused in college, but I also was focusing a lot of that energy, not only on academics, but on building relationships and sort of figuring out what it means to be.
Got any advice for the college-bound seniors, or seniors who might not think college is for them?
Yeah, I think if you can, I think it's worth it. It's obviously worth it to go. I think in terms of advice, take classes that you wouldn't normally see yourself in. Yeah, just take something that you almost take something that you don't think you would like, and then just experience that.
What about you? I have one more question.
Okay. Well, for people who are already on their way to college and stuff, I think it's very try to be everywhere at once, you know, work on your time management and stuff, because that's usually what gets people in the first year. For people who aren't sure about college, I would say devise another plan. Devise a backup plan, see if it can weigh the options, you know, see if college can help you in whatever it is that you actually want to do, or if it's not something that you want to do, find something awesome that you want to do, look at the track that you need to be on, and get there.
Do you have any advice for college bound seniors?
My advice is, I don't know. My seniors are so crazy. Right now, all they care about is prom. So, but stay on top of your stuff. Like if you've applied to schools and you've gotten acceptances and there are things you still need to get into your schools, make sure you get all your stuff into your schools by the deadlines. Make sure you stay on top of your work to complete your senior year successfully so that you can actually go to school in the fall. And just relax. And then when you go to college, enjoy the experience. You know what I mean? Like, don't do your work definitely. Be responsible. Like, remember that there's no one who's gonna, your mom's not going to be there to wake you up in the morning and say you have to go to class. You know, so just be prepared to be responsible for yourself. But also just enjoy the experience. There's so much stuff to learn inside and outside of the classroom in college, and I just take it all in. Like, it really was for me the best time.
A lot of people say that college is like
It really is, because it's kind of like that in-between time where you're sort of an adult, but you don't have all of the adult responsibilities you have when you get out, so you gotta have some good room. But it really, so you get to enjoy certain benefits of adulthood without some of the responsibilities of adulthood.
Is it like 4 more years to just be almost kind of like being a kid?
It's not 4 more years.
It shouldn't be like that.
No,
but
no.
some people treat it
No,
like
it should.
that.
It definitely should not be 4 more years. It's not 4 more years of high school. No, it's so much better than that.
I mean, I think also just like, I mean, going, kind of connecting this with like what you're saying about, you know, college tuition being so expensive. I mean, a huge part of the reason why it's so expensive is because like in the States we have all these like administrators and like student centers and all this like extra swanky stuff, you know, like I went on Temple to a tour the other day and they have like all this like insane stuff that like you sure like really need to promote your education, but like they have it, and like that's part of what your tuition is paying for. So like just take advantage of that, because like you're never gonna have another time in your life where you're on this like campus where you have like all these like multicultural clubs and like, you know, facilities and like amazing opportunities. And also like don't be your task for help. I think it's huge because like I think a lot of students, like that's another thing you're paying for. You're paying for student centers, like advisors who are there to support you.